because of necessary surgery 3 times on that right hand. He is described as a elusive boxer who wants to stick and run. Forehand, a big left hook some people watch for. He said, "Is there a problem with that?" Big stick, big run. He welcomes the opportunity. It's experience, he said. Here he is. The thing is, that wild overhand right, and you can see down in the lower part of the corner, Logan Hopkins
KO's the winner, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
All right, gentlemen, the rules were given to you both earlier. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Sort of a washing machine stomach, actually.
such a cynic.
And we are set to go. And I think Tommy Morrison will be all business here. And once again, this is quite a showcase for these young heavyweights. And I think all of them that we see tonight will.
This might be his big knockout weapon.
Morrison able to work the body very well. Still trying to really to get himself back in. But good left hand, down goes Tillis.
I guess he does have a good left hook.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Tillis shakes his head.
Hey, you okay?
Says, I'm not sure I want a lot more of this. Doesn't appear to be hurt.
And the first one came courtesy of a very good left hook. He just didn't want to make me a liar when I said his left hook was so good. And there it is, sending James. I think he's shocked that he got nailed with that punch.
And a right hand gets there also. And incidentally, that was set up by a body shot. Another left hand. Tillis is in trouble.
And this is a very small ring. There is nowhere for Tillis to go. It's about an 18-foot ring. Well, Tommy Morrison has come out blazing.
And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a left behind it. An uppercut, and down goes Tillis. Very impressive.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And Tillis is still in a heap of trouble. And as you see, still halfway to go in the first round.
Would be now. Here's the second knockdown. And Morrison crunching him with the left hand and the straight right again. And the accuracy of the punches, there you see the uppercut, a good example. And his accuracy is amazing with his punches. This is a very good effort by Morrison, even if we're wondering if Tillis is, well, there it is.
That's it. And that took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Or 1 minute and 52 seconds. My addition's never been very good.
3 knockdown rule. Morrison pursuing, and as you said, Barry, being very meticulous with his punches. And economical as well, and that left hook did the job.
Winner by TKO, still undefeated now, 25-0, 21 KOs, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
You're both given your instructions by the New Jersey Boxing Commission. Are there any questions with the rules? Both use touch gloves. Touch glove.
He manages himself, and this is kind of a crossroads fight for Jesse Shelby.
And a dangerous situation to be in, self-managed.
Get them loose. Get them hands loose.
Getting the age of 13, he contemplated this fight. He was 21, and he lost only once.
He's now starting to acquire some finesse.
Well, it was enough to attract Bill King. Tyson's a strange advantage into Morrison. Yes, early. Shelby not throwing much here. Morrison. He's owning it right now.
Showing again aggressiveness, patience, positioning. Shelby is coming off a layoff since May of 1988.
One of those fighters, Van Holyfield, he had worked against.
To offset Shelby's natural age and experience.
Shelby admitted to a little burnout after 11, 12 years in boxing, and that's why he took the time off. Trying to survive the rust.
Doesn't want Shelby to get any big dreams of doing something spectacular.
Morrison has gone 6-1 time in his 14 fights. Professionally oriented operation.
Well, does this look like a heavyweight fight? No jabs were recorded in the first round. Power shots.
Morrison low that way, and Shelby backs off in disgust. He hits the ropes and let Morrison fire away.
Well, the shots he took in the first round have to contribute to that. A good number went to the body. And they're going to slow down.
I mentioned Morrison has not fought a southpaw as a professional. He did as an amateur. Incidentally, as an amateur. Big right hand, followed up on the left by Morrison.
Here you're going to see it from the outside. The left hook from a distance and the right hand coming behind it. Neither one exactly textbook flush, but both of them effective. He gets around the lazy right hand thrown out by Shelby. That hits him on the top of the head. The right hand, a pretty good shot there.
The winner by knockout victory, he's now 15-0, 13 by KO, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Now look, if he goes right here, I'm not going to call him low, all right? Any questions over here? Over here, let's get it on, come on.
Again, is former footballer, running back at the University of Indiana, actually had a cup of coffee at the International Football Fighter. He's 33rd. Better in his next fight, and tonight he topped it off.
There we see now. There's the left hook on the top of the head. Now that wasn't a perfect left hook, and yet it still gave Rick Ennis all. Just a left-handed puncher and clubbed him with a good right hand.
The winner by TKO, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Don't go off to the refrigerator here, folks. Mike Robinson will try to fight back to the forearm that saw him put the land shark. Morrison misses with his first left hand, but did manage to clear the mosquitoes out of him. You can see Morrison probably a bit more of a chance to get his man out of there than Robinson. Robinson's had a tough time his last 2 fights.
Caden saw a videotape as a courtesy to a friend of Tommy Morrison and liked it because of the left hook. And
good body shot back to double Robinson up. There was the left hook. Robinson doubles up. Morrison wisely goes back to the body. Robinson just trying to get out of trouble. Heavy-handed.
Looks a little bit like Jerry Cooney, the way he throws his left hook and leans over and gets maximum power into that.
Body shots by Morrison, and he's still got 30 seconds to get through this round. Morrison just doing a great job of the body. Robinson goes down.
And before that happened, it lent credence to the phrase, out but not down.
6, 7. Absolutely right.
And they finally just add up. Robinson cannot move out of the way of shots. And then you see
Morrison has 10 seconds left. It won't take much more. Big right hand. And Robinson is in trouble again. Robinson somehow got through the round. And then he one punch that put Robinson down. He was in trouble again. In the last 10 seconds. Robinson gets a quick right hand off. He takes a huge left. This ain't a question of time here. And another big left hand. Robinson's in trouble again.
I think we'll see a little bit of the Tyson mistake here. But all you can do is move back into the path of shots. Very dangerous.
Big right hand. Once again, Robinson in trouble.
But it's a showcase. It's his biggest so far.
Yeah, it is. Robinson right on the button of Morrison. And that's something that other fighters who may take on Tommy Morrison in the future will certainly go to school on.
Robinson showed that he came here for a reason at least.
Huge body shot. And down goes Robinson. Crowd booing, but those are some really tough body shots.
Wicked shots and near the kidney area. It's the kind of thing you wake up the next day and you might have a broken bone.
Steve Smoker wisely stops this fight.
The winner by TKO, his record now 14-0, 12 knockouts, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Obey my commands at all times, obey the bell at all times, and protect yourself at all times. Don't touch him up or we don't go. Touch it. Very good. Let's roll.
Well, actually, he's one of the few of the Soviet fighters that are still around. They sent a couple of them back. I think they kept one of them, and I wouldn't even dare to pronounce his name right now. But
and Vaulin bounced right into the ring. This has been set up as one of those Rocky IV versus Rocky V fights.
well, Vaulin's moving the way that Tommy Gallagher didn't want him to move, and that's to his right. He wanted Vaulin to move to his left.
The crowd reacts to Morrison's aggressiveness.
It still landed very solidly and didn't seem to affect him in the least.
Morrison had told us you see him dipping down. He wants to work the body a bit, but and Morrison doing some damage with both hands.
You hear Gallagher screaming for him to throw that left hand. He thinks that Morrison's open for it, and Vaulin isn't responding.
And the final seconds of this first round of the heavyweight fight.
Well, the CompuBon stat on the jab thrown in round 1 was 33% landed by Vaulin and 17% landed by Morrison. Of course, he only threw 12 jabs. And there goes that left hand that they were asking for, and he's landing it.
Vaulin getting some punches in there.
As Morrison headhunting again, he should be hitting that body at every opportunity.
Morrison swinging and hitting air. Morrison landing a right. Big roar through the crowd moments ago with the arrival of Muhammad Ali at ringside.
Another straight hard left jab or right jab landed by Vaulin. Morrison's starting to look puffy already, and it's only been a round and a half.
Well, they said they expected the fight to be difficult, that Vaulin was awkward. They wanted to get Morrison some rounds.
They might have been putting the
left for Morrison. Little blood around the mouth of Morrison against the Russian fighter.
Vaulin's killer instincts here. Tommy Gallagher said he had a hard time getting him to really open up on his opponent, and here he looks like he means business tonight. He doesn't want to just win. Look at that, putting a 3-punch combination and getting out. This is what he got to do all night to win the fight.
We wind down towards the end of the second round. Right hand from Morrison. Round 3, it's scheduled for 10.
Well, the jab seems to be the deciding factor in this fight so far.
He treads into unfamiliar waters because most of his fights have ended in the first couple of rounds, Joe.
Especially his last few fights. He fought Bigland Thomas, knocked him out in one.
With Tillis.
Well, Tommy Gallagher telling Vaulin to move, and the one time he didn't, he got caught with a left hook to the head. He really hasn't been throwing it that much, and he's I've seen him knock out quite a few guys with that right hand, but right now he's limited. He hasn't been throwing it very much at all. In fact, he doubled over in pain and fell to the canvas during sparring when he hit his sparring partner, Jerry Jones. Oh,
and Vaulin landing. He staggered Morrison.
Boy,
Morrison has never been down in his career.
He's got to stick to his game plan here, Vaulin. He shouldn't get overly confident because Tommy is still strong, even though he wobbled him.
Don't let him off the hook. Don't let him back in the fight.
He's in, but he's holding on. He should stay to the outside. He's landing from the outside. Why quit there?
He lands again with a left. Vaulin putting on a show in the third round.
Putting on a show and catapulting himself to the top of the heavyweight division. If he takes out Morrison, he's rated in the top 10 in all 3 categories here.
And Morrison landed a left, but after paying the price. A strong round for the underdog, Yuri Vaulin, who's taken over control of this fight through 3.
If he doesn't do something to turn this tide in this fight.
Big third round for Yuri Vaulin. Let's see how Morrison can respond here in the 4th. Lunged with a right from long distance that the crowd reacted to.
Well, it hit Vaulin right on the chin, and well, he came right back with his own 2 punches, but it looked like it stunned him for a second.
A left caught Vaulin going backwards. Referee Steve Smoger telling Tommy Morrison to punch his way out of there, out of the clinches. And a left hand from Vaulin.
Your hands are loose, that's it.
Doing that more consistently, it would definitely be taking the legs away from Vaulin. Certainly expended a lot of energy in these first 4 rounds for heavyweights. Oh, dynamite.
Vaulin with another fine combination. And now Morrison on the attack. He stunned Vaulin.
Well, just like I said, he was still dangerous, and he's got him rocked. Let me tell you, and Gallagher was worried about that. Dynamite uppercut.
And the crowd clearly on Morrison's side, as you can tell. It was Vaulin's fight through the first four, and Morrison still tied with a big left hand. And Vaulin's hurt.
Body shot. That's it. They may stop the fight here. Doesn't look like he can continue. He looks like that shot took everything out of him.
7, 8. Okay.
Gallagher telling him not to quit. Oh,
and Vaulin hurt again.
Turned his back. That's got to be it. A fighter turns his back. I can't believe that Smoger is actually letting him get away with this.
4.
That's it.
That's it. Tommy Morrison, who was in trouble and rocked in the fourth round, but did not go down. That's the count, and eventually stopped it. Olin low. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted him to be low, explosive, work the body, and that's exactly what he did to take out Yuri Vaulin.
27-0 with 23 KOs from Kansas City, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
I want to reiterate. I want no late hit out, intentional late hit after the bell. No intentionally hitting the man while he's down, and obey my commands at all times. Good luck to both of you.
Past the 6th round, his career 27 times. Morrison has never fought that distance.
You know, with that record Halsted has, he really should be in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
All those wins, but all in Oklahoma. Oh, Morrison been under a sun lamp. He's supposed to be training in a gym.
Equipped with sun lamp, masseuse, and facial. Nice left hook by Tommy Morrison, but Halsted put out his jab and really kind of stunned Morrison there for a second. Punch into the back of Tommy Morrison's kidneys, which is an illegal punch there, getting him back for that low blow. A little irritated, and he's getting Morrison back for that low blow. And so far, he's given him kidney punches and a lace to the face. Toby Gibson is right on top of that.
That right hand connected. Halsted was moving backwards at the time.
Morrison, 20 punches, landed 6 for 30%.
Boy, Morrison snapping Halsted's head back with the jabs. Then the left hook connects.
And he hurt him with that left hook, but that's what set it up with those 2 jabs, Len. And here it is, 1, and he follows it again. Right here, steps in again, 2. Fell a little short.
Give me a clean break on my
Morrison firing the combination. Exchange of jabs.
Stop punching.
Toby Gibson, an active referee here this evening, through 2 rounds.
He's got close to 500 pounds of fighter in there, and he's really going to have his work cut out for him if this goes a few rounds.
Again, the crisp jab from Morrison, snapping the head back on Halsted before it set up a big left hook. Inside of 30 seconds remaining in the 2nd round. Another good combination from Tommy Morrison. Halsted landed a jab to try to get something going. Another one from Wimpy Halsted. Morrison in a momentary relaxing mood. Well, that jab continues to snap that head of Wimpy Halsted. Strong weapon from Tommy Morrison tonight, the jab.
Is to extend Tommy Morrison late into the fight. They're hoping what occurred against Morrison will happen tonight. But at the rate of what Tommy Morrison is doing, he looks very good, and he does look like a more relaxed fighter in this fight.
Ooh. Morrison again landing on Halsted.
But look at Halsted really maintained his balance and his composure.
Halsted with the showboat act with the right hand.
That's a little demoralizing. Morrison hit him with some great shots, and Halsted came back rough.
And the crowd now squarely on the side of Wimpy Halsted.
Now let's see, Wimpy Halstead, what has he done tonight? Rabbit punch. Oh, another low blow by Morrison.
And a good exchange. Well, Michael, that's what his camp was talking about to us this morning. That's the fine line they're trying to dance. Less aggressive, but more defense. Many fighters, their best defense is their offense. Here we go in round 4. A 1-point deduction in the 3rd round from Halstead for holding. And Halstead again, while he's held with the left hand, is punching with the right. That's exactly what Toby Gibson's talking to him about. Good right hand from Tommy Morrison.
Halstead has really been frustrating Morrison. There's one of the few times that Morrison has been able to land a clean shot.
So relaxation is one thing, Joe, but I'm looking for that big Tommy Morrison flourish, which we haven't seen at all. Morrison sneaks in the left hand. Final seconds of the 4th round.
Well, Vergetz wants him to get off. Don't put his head inside first and then let Halstead maul him and pull his head down. He wants him to get inside and get off quickly before he gets a chance to grab on.
Good combination, and Halstead is down. And hurt.
5, 6, 7.
He's trying to shake his head off and he's recuperating.
Give me your glove. You all right?
That's it. That's it.
And a good call from Toby Gibson. Good call.
Halstead said, "Where am I if I'm not mistaken?" Slips, boom, right over the jab of Wimpy Halstead and followed it with a nice short left uppercut that really snuck in there. And there
those
goes.
Feet go flying.
Boy. Eyes closed and glazed right there. Here we go again. Slips the jab right over the top.
Right.
Got everything
and the
behind
left
it.
uppercut. Down he goes.
The winner by TKO, his record now 30 victories, 25 KOs, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Are there any questions? Any questions from T seconds? All right, remember, obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, let's get to them.
Get through the early rounds and take Tommy Morrison into the late rounds and test him. See how his endurance is.
We're not expecting much of a feeling out process here. These are two fighters that predominantly like to fight straight ahead.
One thing about Joe Hipp, as you see right away, he is a southpaw. Joe Hipp is not going to be a twinkle toes out there.
You're referring to Yuri Volin, who he fought back in April of 1991. That was actually on the Holyfield Foreman undercard.
And he knocked 28 of them out, big deal. But the fact is how he moved them. What happened when he hit him? He just explodes when he lands.
And he doesn't have the hand speed to pick off those jabs.
Right.
Oh, another jab lands by Morrison.
It might work for him at the lower levels of boxing. Well, not at the top. There's the hook.
A good sweeping left hook. A slow right hand by Tommy Morrison. Did tire badly in the Mercer fight, although you get the impression that it wasn't so much from lack of conditioning. He's a tense fighter, Alex. He just is one of those people that...
I think also that Ray Mercer started to punch back in that 4th round, and I think those punches might have had more effect on Tommy than Tommy's admitted.
It's Tommy Morrison on the left of your screen, circling to the top.
And another nice jab from Morrison. I mean, that's a punch. He wants to prove to himself that he can be a boxer. And Joe swelling, especially on the right eye, which is real dangerous.
A spectacular combination by Morrison, a pair of jabs and then a right.
Joe Hipp just kind of fell into a right to the body there. He came inside with a scoring left hand and got out of the way of Tommy Morrison's punch coming back, which he hasn't done much of.
There's Tommy Vergetz in the corner, who is the trainer of Tommy Morrison, co-trainer along with John Brown
and a conditioning expert.
Yes.
Somebody who's worked very hard to get Tommy Hipp a little bit more active here. Not as much coming back from Tommy Morrison. Awkward right hand by Hipp.
He tried to get inside.
Okay, pal, I'm trying to get the job done. Don't bother me.
Well, with that left hand of Hipp as it came in, just... Tommy Morrison under control and very measured here as we come to the end of the 2nd round. Morrison has been very successful. We're here at 4,500 feet roughly in elevation here in Reno, and
that's all part of the way that Tommy Morrison has reacted to the loss. I mean, you learn from it, you get better. Good left and a right downstairs by Morrison. We're in round 3, and he hasn't looked close to being hurt.
I thought the best puncher, you see people over the trainer. I thought the worst Joe looked was when so shut that they had to stop the fight in a TKO in the 5th round.
We want to remind our local ABC stations that at the end of this round, we're going to take a station break.
See Joe trying to counter.
A sweeping
backing
move
up, giving ground.
You know, that move by Morrison, Alex, took him off balance, and the hip was too slow to take advantage of it.
A feint there, kind of an awkward feint, but you saw one good thing. There's a good side. Tommy Morrison had his right up to pick off the...
After this word from our ABC stations. Fourth round here in Reno, Nevada. I'm Dan Deerdorf along with Alex Wallow. We're ringside for a 10-round heavyweight fight between Tommy Morrison, who's on the left of your screen, and Joe Hipp to the right. Joe Hipp from a hand speed category is several notches below Tommy Morrison, but he's game.
He's coming forward very, very slowly, but he is coming forward. Whether that's just Tommy Morrison wanting to draw him onto his punch.
If you just joined us, that Joe Hipp is a southpaw fighter, only the second that Morrison has faced professionally.
Keep the punches up, boys.
And of course, facing a right-hander is nothing new. And there's a good combination by Joe Hipp.
The best sequence in the fight for Joe Hipp.
We got to go after this guy. Tight, tight.
No, that didn't cause the cut. And now you have to have questions about Tommy Morrison's step.
He's hurt! Another left hand by Hipp.
And he responded with a big left.
He sure did. You saw Morrison come in with it.
And more important than the cut was how vulnerable he looked to a guy in Joe Hipp who really, as big as he is not a power puncher, Dan. He's really kind of an arm puncher.
Oh, great uppercut by Morrison.
And the first one we've seen.
Oh, and a right to the chin puts Joe Hipp down. Hipp is up, beats a count. Dracula asking him if he can go on.
Down in round 5, watch the right hand from Morrison. Shows the left, and then boom, like almost a right hook.
Good, solid right uppercut, and then a right to the chin by Morrison.
From a man who's supposed to be
a right hand by Hipp, Alex.
From somebody who's supposed to be a left hooker. He's using his right hand better than we've seen. He's busted up in the mouth.
Yep, Hipp bleeding from the mouth. Oh, and Tommy Morrison, a double right hand. And Joe Hipp better protect himself.
If he's got enough left, he looked tired in the 4th. Another half hook, half uppercut with the right hand by Tommy Morrison.
And Hipp better put himself, Alex, in more of a defensive mode, as you say, either by hanging on. And Tommy Morrison, a double right hand. You see Hipp look over at Dracula.
He knows his body a lot better than we do, and he might sense that he was getting real tired. I mean, he expended a lot of energy, and he may be right. He may be exhausted right now and looking to let his tank fill up a little bit.
A great deal from the mouth, and Alex and I were both talking to each other during that commercial break about the admiration we have for Joe Hipp. He
had Tommy Morrison just faint from exhaustion, and it just changed his whole life. And he's fighting as though it depended upon it.
Good left hand by Joe Hipp.
Past this point in round 6, he was knocked out, but he's never scored one. Not much coming back from Tommy Morrison. He is clearly... another left hand from Joe Hipp.
Boy, that one was right there. And you can see it has backed up Morrison. Oh, and another good combination and a retaliation by Morrison. He has apparently stemmed that flow of blood from his mouth. There's a good right hand by Morrison, but while it scored, it didn't look to do much damage. Here we come to the end of round number 6. In the 7th round of a professional fight. And he looked spent at the end of the 6th. And remember that early in his career, he was just a one-punch fighter, and it was the left hook. It was devastating.
And really a thing of beauty, just a natural hook. Rocky Balboa and Joe Hipp were both southpaws, so there are some similarities.
That's right. Again, a reminder that knee brace on the right leg of Joe Hipp is nothing current. It just goes back.
He's not planning himself. He's bouncing and trying to punch at the same time. Good right hand there.
A good right hand counter by Morrison.
You know, the big thing is, it appears the problem. Good combination by Hipp. You have to say Morrison's biggest problem is stamina, his endurance, but also in his record is difficulty with one southpaw.
With Joe Hipp being the stalker. Now, certainly Tommy Morrison, we're not implying that this...
He is trying to survive.
Yeah. To give you an illustration...
good uppercut by Joe Hipp.
A good uppercut by Hipp. A reminder here. We'd like to remind our local ABC stations that at the end of this round, we will be taking a station break.
Oh, good, solid.
Good right hand to the ribs.
Oh!
And there was a good scoring combination by Joe Hip.
And a good elbow to the throat by Joe Hip. Then unless Tommy Morrison does get a second or third win or whatever he's looking for, that Joe Hip could just walk into him.
Joe was born, grew up in Yakima, Washington, lives now outside Seattle, and he is on the verge of possibly doing something that 10-1 underdog in this fight against Tommy Morrison.
I think the final price was 11-1. He is a very live underdog.
Yes, there has to be concern in the corner of Tommy Morrison. There's John Brown, his co-manager and trainer, and yes, that is a concerned look. And you see Joe Hip scored with an uppercut. But this crowd here in Reno has definitely swung over Joe Hip in favor of Hip, and again, Alex, he scored. Of boxing left. This is the final minute of the ninth.
Wide open the mouth of Tommy Morrison, absolutely exhausted.
And that's
He's
how
all busted up.
And that's how it gets cut. You can't fight with your mouth open. Oh, a good right hand by Morrison, and that hurts Joe Hip. Joe Hip is in trouble. Joe Hip is down. A right hand from Tommy Morrison staggers Joe Hip. He's up at 8, and that's the end of the fight. Vic Draculich stops the fight. And Tommy Morrison summons the power today, and it saves him in the 9th round. Here it is, Alex.
The full angle. The left missed. The right hand landed. And that right hand really hurt Joe Hip, much more than it looked.
Yep. You
The
saw
left
his legs just
and another
went
right. Boy, the right hand doing almost all the damage. That uppercut missed, but Joe was just not in a position to defend himself and went down.
Alex, I'm not sure he would have survived the first right hand. Watch the right hand. Here, next punch. Right there.
Boom.
I don't think Joe Hip, I don't think he would have
chopping
recovered.
punch. Let me just go through the scorecards that we have right here. Official scorecards. Keith McDonald had it 76-75 Morrison. Doug Tucker 76-75 Hip. Herb Santos 76-75 Hip. I'm sorry, Morrison. The fight's still up for grabs. 2 judges with Morrison ahead by a point, 1 judge with Hip ahead by a point. All right. Yes.
All right, you guys already had your instructions in the dressing room. I expect a clean fight. Touch gloves, wait for the bell.
Fashion as you do? We're used to seeing some of the things we unfortunately not be able to work on a couple of years ago. We knew that a lot of heavyweights don't go to the body, and if you kill the body, the head will die too. And that's what we focused on doing early to try to keep him from running from us, and we're able to do it pretty well.
And the second knockdown, we can take a peek at also.
Basically the same thing, just trying to stay busy. I was hoping the fight would go a little longer, therefore we could get a chance.
Talk to Bob Airman a moment about the heavyweight division, but what do you think?
The fight is going to be against Carl the Truth Williams on January 16th, and following that fight, he's signed to fight George Foreman in April. That's correct.
And so all that, you feel confident that's the path you're going to take, no matter what happens.
The only thing that I differ with what Tommy said he might be the world champ.
The winner by knockout victory, his record now 34-1, 30 by KO victory, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
If he goes right there, I'm not going to call low. Okay, we've already had your instruction in the dressing room. Expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself. Let me come back here.
And referee Mills Lane gets things started here in the first round between Tommy Morrison and Carl Williams. Look for Morrison's patented left jab this evening. Williams particularly coming out with that flicking left jab. Morrison, of course, coming in, swinging away with that left hook. Referee Mills Lane, a no-nonsense referee, will not allow hitting on the break, and a left drops Williams here in the first round. That left hook coming out of nowhere to connect to the head of Carl Williams from a first-round knockdown at the hands of Morrison. Here's Morrison ducking low. You can see that left jab, and the right drops Williams' guard, and Morrison is able to come across with his left and knock down the seasoned veteran. There you see that strong left hook. There's a right uppercut from Tommy Morrison that misses. Could do a lot of damage to Williams as Williams comes with a left uppercut himself. Tommy Morrison on the offense early, knocking down Carl Williams in the first round. Referee Mills Lane cautions Williams to not put his gloves behind the head of Tommy Morrison. Morrison connecting again as the crowd would love to see a first-round knockout. Williams in the white with red trim. Tommy Morrison in black with red, white, and blue. Williams comes in trying to establish his left jab and left uppercut. A huge overhand right from Morrison at the bell finishes the first round. As we mentioned earlier, this week in the press, he tries to establish that jab early on, but in so doing, he's dropping his guard in his right hand. Morrison has been able to connect with his left hook. That is his strength, that is his staple. Carl the Truth Williams is trying to establish his own game plan now with a left jab and get back on his feet after a first-round knockdown. Tommy Morrison, who has been known to come out in the first 2 or 3 rounds and expend a lot of energy trying to knock down an opponent. Former heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali, many times. There is a vicious left that connects to Williams as he tries to smile. There's that left jab of Carl Williams, which he turns into a left cross and connects to the chin of Tommy Morrison, faking with his right hand and then coming across with the left. If he's not careful, he'll be smiling from the canvas, looking up at Tommy Morrison, whose left hook has been very costly to Williams this evening. For him, as that left hook of Morrison's is devastating. As we come to the end of round number 2 here at the Reno Sparks Convention Center. Scheduled to go 10 rounds, heavyweight bout between Tommy Morrison and Carl Williams. Carl Williams has the vigor of a younger fighter. It will remain to be seen if that continues with him into the later rounds. Still dancing off his toes. Tommy Morrison is not necessarily fatigued as he delivers a left hook and sends Williams to the canvas for a second time. The highlights here. We'll see that left jab of Williams do no good as Morrison comes across with his own left hook. It's devastating, and it puts Williams on the canvas. Here it is from another angle. Carl Williams having something of a dazed expression on his face, justifiably so. Tommy Morrison closes in for more action with a right uppercut that misses as Williams continues to hold Tommy Morrison behind his head. The crowd chanting Duke, 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 Tommy Morrison's nickname, as now he continues to batter Carl Williams against the ropes. A vicious right hand, two right hands to the head of Carl Williams as Williams seems to be in trouble. Carl Williams wobbly on his legs. It would be an ideal time for Tommy Morrison to close the lights on the more experienced Williams. But Williams come back with some of his own punches. Once again, that left hand behind the head of Tommy Morrison. He has been cautioned twice by referee Mills Lane. Morrison now closing in on Carl Williams with less than a minute left. Morrison looks to be loading up with the big punches to take Williams out. There's a left uppercut that scores but does no damage to Carl Williams. Williams tries to establish the left jab. Morrison stalking, looking for his opening. Morrison seemingly willing to take jabs in order to load up on his big punches. Williams comes back after Tommy Morrison throws an ineffective However, Williams has been repeatedly cautioned by referee Mills Lane for putting his right hand behind the neck of Tommy Morrison. Morrison now coming out with singing right and left hooks. Mills Lane, a no-nonsense referee, loves to see men box. He likes to say, let's get it on. He always finishes his instructions. There's a straight left jab of Morrison's that glances off the head of Carl Williams as they go into a clinch. He seemed to score with the left jab that many thought had disappeared from his staple of punches. There's a right uppercut. Morrison, though, a young fighter who has a tendency to load up. Another tradition that has plagued Tommy Morrison against more seasoned and more deadly opponents is his capacity to tire. And a right cross from Carl Williams to the head of Tommy Morrison sends Morrison to the canvas. Here's knockdown number one as Carl Williams comes in and delivers a left and right to the head of Morrison, sending him to the canvas. And he goes down twice. And Williams connects with a right uppercut as Tommy Morrison goes down for a second time. He tried to tackle Williams. It seemed about the only thing he could do. Here is the second knockdown after a left uppercut. Rocks the head of Tommy Morrison. And a chop behind the head. Williams, with all that experience, now closes in on the younger Morrison and continues to hammer Morrison behind the head with his right hands. We're in Nevada, and the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Morrison has already been on the canvas twice. If Williams can deliver one more punch and send Morrison to the canvas, that will be it. And we're down to 10 seconds here in Reno, Nevada, as Tommy Morrison battles back, delivering a right hand and a left hook. Keep the capacity crowd here at the Reno Sparks Convention Center riveted to their seats. Morrison now throwing his left jab at Williams. Another left rocks the head of Carl Williams.
Williams attempts to counter, and whatever Morrison's corner said seems to be working, as he seems to be more elusive in this 6th round. One thing Morrison cannot do is stand still. One thing Morrison cannot do is be a sitting duck for Williams. He has too much experience, as he did so twice in round number 5. Williams comes out flicking that left jab, trying to set Tommy Morrison off as Morrison stalks and connects to the head of Carl Williams. Tommy Morrison's left eye beginning to swell. Thus far, the only mark on Carl Williams has been the blood coming out of his mouth early in the 2nd round. And we go under a minute now in round number 6, scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout between Tommy the Duke Morrison and Carl the Truth Williams. Upset of Tommy Morrison, as he sent him twice to the canvas, and he could not set him down a 3rd time. Under Nevada rules, 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Tommy Morrison scoring heavily now with rights and lefts to the head of Carl Williams, and the crowd definitely in Tommy Morrison's corner. The bell sounds the round number 7 as Morrison begins to stalk Carl Williams. Morrison is in the black with the red, white, and blue. Williams in the white with red trim. Young conditioning against a seasoned veteran. Morrison coming with that stinging left hook to the head of Williams. And we're under the halfway point in round number 7, as neither fighter takes an advantage thus far in the round. Round number 5, Carl Williams sent Tommy Morrison to the canvas twice. That's a curse and a blessing. If he can land the big punch, out goes Williams. If he can't, Williams can score jabs, and he scores now. Morrison will lose a jabbing war. Williams ducks away from a looming, booming right hand by Tommy Morrison. Once again, Williams setting up that jab that many writers, many sportscasters had thought had left the aging boxer. But thus far, the left jab has set up the right of Carl Williams. And on 2 occasions in round number 5, he has sent Morrison to the canvas. The right cross connects to the head of Tommy Morrison as Morrison backs Williams into the rope. Morrison tries scoring to the body unsuccessfully. There's a left to the head of Williams, and right crosses, and Morrison comes out with that left hook, and there's a right uppercut. There's a left hook that sends Williams back against the rope, and he is dazed, but can Morrison put him away? Williams wades back in again, throwing lefts and rights to a Williams who covers up. And referee Mills Lane looks at Carl Williams and says that's it. Predicated, presumably, on the fact that Williams was not throwing any punches in retaliation.
Round number 8, the winner by TKO victory, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Any questions? Here's my 2-second over here, right here. How about right here, right here? All right, gentlemen, good luck to you. The bell, let's come out and rumble.
Hello, Ray. He has a chance to go far in this sport, but I love Jim Tomaszek.
Well, he's a character, that's for sure.
Yeah, he really is. He's just got the right attitude about this. People in this sport take this thing much too seriously.
Now, for those of you that have not seen Tomaszek fight before, we've had him on ESPN a couple of times.
Tomaszek fought a couple of weeks ago at the Missouri State Fair in Sedalia. Joking aside, Tommy Morrison can punch.
Yeah. And I give Foreman credit that when he got hit with a couple of those big left hooks, he didn't go down. And you need to be able to whack Tommy Morrison to keep him off you. He's trying to keep his left hand real high because he knows that hook is. He kind of shows Tommy Morrison, yeah, he hit me in the head, but it was okay.
And there's already a little reddening around the right eye of Tim Tomaszek. Tomaszek continues to clown. Well, there's a high entertainment quotient in this fight, I'll say that.
Will he be able to sustain this kind of frenetic movement over a number of rounds?
Still a little swelling under his right eye already, and that's to pose a problem. Well, Morrison's jab is really right there. Right hand from Morrison as we come to the end of the first round. Tim Tomaszek and Tommy Morrison for the WBO championship.
Larry Holmes running around that ring, jabbing, doing his shtick.
Everybody gets 15 minutes in the spotlight, and this is Tim Tomaszek's.
And Tommy Morrison in this round looks like he'd like to make it just 15. Well, with the jab, I lied. 12 out of 37 for jabs for Tomaszek, 12 out of 17 for Morrison. So they're even in the jabs. Call me a liar.
What Tomaszek doesn't want to do is get too brave here. That would be a serious mistake.
Yeah, because he'll get whacked.
Numbers in the first round, and you can see Morrison very effective with the jab, actually. Morrison didn't even crank the hook that much. A little blood from the nose of Tomaszek.
Playing with Danny Campbell. The refereeing in this state, I have to say, they're very active. They're always around the fighters. They break the clinches a lot quicker and everything. You have to be ready for that.
That serves Tomaszek well.
Well, yeah.
Tomaszek, from a tactical point of view, is not fighting a bad fight at all.
Tommy Morrison looking for the hook. There he landed it again. It almost borders, it doesn't border on, it becomes intrusive to the fight, in truth.
Tomaszek making a conscious effort to protect against that left hook, and he did get hit with it on the break.
Work now, work.
Nice combinations by Tomaszek, but of course those punches not really hurting Morrison.
But getting there.
Yeah.
10 seconds, work at it.
At the end of the second round. Morrison didn't shake his hand. He hit him with the right hand. Ended 2.
Tim's getting his moment here, isn't he? And meanwhile, Tommy Morrison's starting to whack him with left hook.
Keep him up. Now inside work. Inside work. Break out.
And backhands.
See, and this is about where, because of the ever constant and ever omnipresent refereeing by Danny Campbell, it allows more of the craziness to go on with Tomaszek. The Morrison right hand, a punch that most people don't consider a big punch for Tommy, but he has a good right hand. And Tommy Morrison's being very workmanlike here.
Yes. Back in November of 1990. Since that time, however, he's lost a few fights, but he hasn't been off his feet.
And it looks like he may last through the third here against Morrison.
I don't really believe Morrison's hurting yet. You know, Morrison was there for that right hand, but it's just that Tomaszek does not have the power to.
This crowd's getting a little restless. I think they want to see Tommy Morrison win in a knockout and defend his WBO heavyweight title.
Through the first 3 rounds, Morrison with a decided edge. Very high connect percentage. Actually, Morrison, I think, doing a pretty workmanlike job.
Yeah, he's fighting very well. The problem is, when you tell the crowd, tell the world.
Morrison doesn't want to be made to look silly.
No.
Working that hands are crazy. Hang on.
I've never seen refereeing more intrusive than in this state. They're going to get on me for this, but I'll tell you what, I've never seen it. It's just, I know that the intentions are good to try and keep the fight moving, but it's very intrusive.
Break at it. Come on, let go.
Good left hand, he cranked that one, did Morrison. Double left hand, that buckled the knees of Tomaszek. I think Morrison has Tomaszek hurt for the first time.
There's an example. A lot of swelling around the eyes of Tim Tomaszek.
Hands are free, gentlemen. Hands are free.
And interestingly, it's the right, not the left, that's doing a lot of big damage, although that hook got in there.
Tomaszek laying in on Morrison a lot more in this round than he has been.
It's part of the reason why he's being hit a lot harder.
Good double left hand again. That hurts Tomaszek. And down goes Tomaszek on the barrage of punches. Still a little wobbly.
You know, it doesn't leave people with the feeling that they understood it. Now here's Tim Tomaszek getting whacked with the left hook. He was hurt in the last round, hurt badly. Took some big shots from Tommy Morrison, and really was hurt as even before those last couple of shots. From another angle, you'll see the good hand speed by Morrison. Morrison gave a nice workmanlike effort tonight. Stayed within himself, didn't have to worry about being hurt, so that helped him.
Can't be saved by the bell, remember.
Step back, work.
But he's going to get through it.
That's it.
I'm okay.
Proud of you.
Really, it is. Okay. You've done great. You really have, but I tell you what, I know, and you could have gone farther, but really, that's not what
Calls a halt to the bout at the end of the fourth round. The winner by TKO, retaining his WBO title, still heavyweight champion from Kansas City, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your earlier. Do you have any questions? Give me a good, clean fight. Listen to my command.
Tuia 12-3 with 9 knockouts. Tommy Morrison 38-2. But unfortunately, I believe America will remember the 2 more than they will the 38.
The rest was downhill for Morrison.
Now, Tuia has already beaten a member of the Morrison family. He only had 1 fight last year. That was in November when he lost an 8-round decision to Brian Scott. Overhand right by Tuia.
He is not, obviously, he's not a guy at the top of the picture.
Well, he's had enough wake-up calls. He's got to start to take it seriously. Pretty good left hand from Morrison. When he fought Brian Scott, he fought him at night, and he worked in the potato packing plant for 10 hours that day.
I hope he came in here with a little more rest. At the end of this first round.
If anything, he's been his own worst enemy in his career. Still time for him, though. Pretty interesting first round. There's a right hand again.
Throwing right hands in there like there's no tomorrow. I mean, anytime he wants, that right hand's getting right through the defense of Morrison.
Starting to get confidence, too. The uppercut is getting there. There's the right hand again.
Story in the heavyweight division of Evander Holyfield, apparently, and Manuel Stewart have parted ways.
Right, yeah, we just heard that today.
It was a monetary dispute. By the way, congratulations to Rafael Ruiz for a terrific performance against Freddie Pendleton. Tuia coming from way out, leaving himself open for counters, and that time he was countered by Morrison with the left hook.
Good as he wants to be.
Absolutely. He has skills, he understands boxing.
Tuia not having a bad round here.
Morrison coming back a bit.
There's a jab, and Morrison on the left hand drives Tuia into the ropes.
Tuia's starting to throw that uppercut from way back, and I assure you, if he keeps doing it, the left hook of Morrison will hit him.
We come to the end of the second round, and a huge shot by Tuia, or rather by Morrison, knocks Tuia down. One time too many.
Was down and in some trouble.
And now Tuia in retreat. Numbers through 2 rounds. Morrison with an edge.
Tuia again got the right hand there, but it had no impact on Morrison.
There's another good straight right hand, and down goes Tuia, and that's it. It's over. Clearly was a knockdown.
Oh, that was definitely a knockdown.
Clearly.
Martin Casino feeling it wasn't, but he got hit with a big right hand.
And an uppercut there from Morrison. I thought he was stopping the fight.
Tuia has not landed a jab. He's 0 for 11 in the jabbing department. Well, that's the uppercut from the outside. That's what happens when you throw the uppercut from way back, you get hit with the hook.
And another good left hand, the right hand by Morrison. Morrison now taking it.
And by and large, he has done that here tonight, although he's pointed out he's not in there against one of the great heavyweights of all time, or even of the current time. And now Tuia not able to do anything offensively. See, again, there's the uppercut from the outside. Very bad idea by Tuia.
Lunged with that left hook. Uppercut by Morrison. Down goes Tuia. Still almost a minute left in the second round.
He might as well stay there.
It's over. So Tuia came and saw but didn't conquer.
But by the time Morrison unleashed the power and there hit him with the uppercut, one thing Morrison showed again is...
Ladies and gentlemen, with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in round 3, the winner by knockout, Tommy "The Duke" Morrison.